What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're gonna talk about the candidate to win this Copa America. We're gonna talk about Uruguay. We're gonna be taking a look at their game, which they won 4-0 against Ecuador, and we are also going to talk about Paraguay versus Qatar, which are two teams that are not gonna leave it easy for Argentina. I honestly do think so. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And one more thing before starting off this video, be sure to check out our friends at Golazo Jersey. Links are also going to be in the description down below. They are a very good place to get cheap, reliable, quality footballing kits, so go there and get yours. So in the first game, we saw Uruguay beating Ecuador by 4-0. The first one came from Nicolás Lodeiro, a very good sombrerito. You know, the ball passing it over to the defender with one foot and then shooting with the other into the back of the net. If you haven't seen this game, you gotta see it because crazy goals, honestly, crazy goals. Then the second one came from Edison Cavani, which a very good overhead kick. Then you got Luis Suarez, I believe, sliding just kind of like a rebound, and then you got a crazy, just hilarious own goal by Mina on their own net. So that is what you gotta see on this game. That's kind of like the resume of what happened. Uruguay dominated from minute 1 to minute 90. That's it. You couldn't expect anything less. In every single phase of the game, they got outstanding players that can dominate that. You got someone like Rodrigo Betancourt that can string the links together. You got somebody like Luis Suarez and Cavani just being demolished when it comes to the final third. And on the defense, you got people like Godin and Jose Maria Jimenez that, if you want to even to add to insult to injury, they played in the very same team and they're gonna create some stupid, just crazy plays. They were so good, Uruguay, today, not because of how they played, just because of how calm they kept everything. They kept every single play from Ecuador simply like that, like it never even happened. Uruguay came, saw, and destroyed, and that was it. That was their plan, and they executed perfectly. Adding to what I just said, we gotta mention two things that can actually make Uruguay candidates for this Copa America. The first one is Luis Suarez. And yes, he's the star player and everything, but the reason here is that he's coming from a lesser role to kind of like being the front man, the guy in the front of the magazine. Why am I saying this? Because in South American media and even European media as well, very many were questioning him after he decided to miss the Copa America, the Copa del Rey final against Valencia from Barcelona because he was injured, to actually be able to play the Copa America with Uruguay. A lot of them were questioning, were kind of like, is he really gonna do this? He's really gonna favor his national team and make it as blatantly as he did, rather than to Barcelona? I don't know. He issued a statement, he did all of that, the perfect team for a professional, but I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. It's fine by him to come here and play this Copa America because in all reality he was injured, so it's fine. And now today he's showing that he's still at the level. So many people were saying he's not gonna be above 100%. Uruguay don't have the threats which is gonna have with, because Luis Suarez is not at his best. And today he comes, he runs, he shows the same passion like he does in every single game, and he scores. So that's what you need on a striker, and that's what Luis Suarez is going to give you. So simply as that, reason number one. And the reason number two is that they have this process that continues every single year, and they showed it at the World Cup in 2018, and after coming back from that, I believe they're learning and they're adding new traits to it. You got someone like Lodeiro, which is kind of like a player they were missing there. They got players like Torreira, they had players like Nandes, they had players like Betancourt, and I don't know the last name, Jorgen de Rascaeta, but they didn't have someone that was like this normal enganche, this number 10 that can be a little more powerful than others because he keeps running out for the wing, and they couldn't basically connect the ball as easily as they could in this game. Against Portugal, against France, they had difficult times to create chances, but now with Lodeiro it looks much more simple. Of course, it was against Ecuador, but still, they got new players and new things added to a system that they were already working on before. And that's the thing for me. They're adding to something. They're adding to an existing plan. And teams like an Argentina, teams like a Chile perhaps right now, they do not have that. So it's going to be very interesting to see how a team as prepared as this one compares and contrasts against them. Against an Argentina, against a Chile, because they could easily devour them. Ecuador came to this game very similarly to Argentina yesterday, just like seeing what they could do. And that's not the point. The point is seeing and trying to execute a plan. and it didn't happen for them, for Ecuador, for Argentina. So it shows that having a plan, having a strategy is always better than improvisation. And then in the second game today, we saw Paraguay versus Qatar. And I want to leave it out there that of course they're Paraguay and of course they're Qatar. They're not the biggest names in world football when it comes to national levels, but they left us today, I believe, for a very sweet taste. They actually played wonderful football, and if you didn't see the game, I urge you to right now watch the highlights. And even the highlights I do not think are gonna cut it, because they play the best game right now of La Copa America, even better than the thrashing of Uruguay over Ecuador, because they were constantly going back and forth. There are two teams that play very nice football, players which of course from Qatar I don't know that much. If you know, leave them down below, let us see what we need to find out. But from Paraguay, players that individually have a good level. They're coming back from good seasons like Miguel Almirón, you got Matias Rojas from Defensa y Justicia, players that coming here to Uruguay and kind of like at the right to Paraguay at the right moment where they're gonna kind of like excel, and they're giving this boost to Paraguay when it comes to playing out of the back and stringing good passes together and doing this good, not tiki-taka football, but a football that is very enjoyable. So it's gonna be hard for Argentina, I believe, to even face these teams. You may think that Argentina already have the 3 points or even the 6 points against Qatar and Paraguay, but it might not be the case. So they're going to be very interesting. They're going to be do or die matches, and matches that sometimes you may give them as an easy coin for Argentina, which are not going to be the case. And I just want us to be prepared for that. We got to be prepared to what is going to come, and what is going to come is two very difficult teams which are going to create trouble for Messi and company. So we got to watch out. We got to watch out, and let's see how they're going to face. Once again, they got a plan. Argentina doesn't. I want to see what Scaloni comes up with, because they need right now to make something happen. They need to come up with a plan, and a plan that is going to give them results. That is what they need. Argentina right now need results. Don't care about how they're going to play. They just need results. So hopefully guys you have enjoyed. That was probably a shorter episode than the ones before, and it's because we have, I believe, lesser games, not too much to talk about. They were clear-cut games, so that's it. We don't have an Argentina, we don't have a Brazil, we don't have two big names here. We just got Uruguay against Ecuador, which was always going to be a win, and Paraguay and Qatar, two teams which I think you don't care about. If there's someone that cares out there, say it in the comments, and I'll promise that for the next game I'll give you more. For now, that's just gonna be it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.